Okay, please don't change the channel. It's the right channel. I know I don't look like KSM. Maybe if you're cerebral, yes, but definitely not KSM. It's Unfiltered. And to think that as a child, I watched this man dominate the headlines, primetime television. And not only have I been interviewed by him once, twice, but 3 times. So when the call came, I thought, the 4th call. And he said, nah, I want us to trade places. I thought it was an incredible opportunity, privilege, pressure, and pleasure to interview the man, the king, the undisputed king of primetime, KSM. He is unfiltered and he will be unfiltered. What an honor to host you on your show to mark your 69th birthday. That's insane. That's incredible. Has it sunk in yet that you've done this at the top? You're still at the top. And I don't know how you've done, to be able to keep up with the Gen Zs, Gen Xs, has it sunk in yet?
Well, I don't know what sinking means. I just take it one day at a time. I'm enjoying what I'm doing every day. But no, what exactly is sinking in?
Good. So you're still at the top of your game.
Yeah.
Where there's a new media, right?
Yeah.
We would have called you old school. Nobody will be watching you. But you're part of the new school. You're one of the people who are doing great numbers on YouTube. And it's not easy to do YouTube. And let me tell you, I have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you see? Mm-hmm. And I'm supposed to be, new generation, young person. That's what I mean by, has it sunk in? How you've been able to not just keep up, be relevant, but stay at top of your game. That's what I mean.
I see. I know, I don't think about it,
Right.
I do what I do. And I do it passionately. Mm-hmm. Many times people ask me, who's KSM? I have just one very simplest sentence. I say KSM is a very ordinary man with extraordinary passion. Mm. That's all people see, It's the passion and the drive. And so that's all I do with passion and drive. And maybe that's why I've been in the game so long and I don't feel like I've been in that long, but I have.
Yes, almost 30 years on TV and radio, theater, everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So one thing I did.
Theater goes back
over 30 years.
The first time I climbed the stage to do a show was almost 50 years ago. Yeah.
It wasn't in Ghana?
It was in Ghana. Yeah. Back then, we had the National Theater.
Yeah.
We had the National Arts Center.
Arts Center, yes.
Yes.
Still there.
So I did a show there. 1975.
Wow. 50 years, so that's like 19 thereabouts. Wow. I know. So one of the things I did in researching was I was looking for an English name. I was like, I couldn't get a name. And I was like, really? I mean, in those times, if you're called Kwesi Atta, you're likely to be called Quincy Arthur. And yes, when I researched on you, it was only Sinti Misa that kept coming up. Did your parents not give you an English name?
Oh, they did.
They did. What was it? What was it?
For the first time.
Yes. What was your English name?
For the first time, since I'm being interviewed, I don't. The funny thing, when I see anybody who calls me by that name, I know we go way back to University of Science and Technology Primary School.
Oh my goodness.
And now currently you see because my mates there, they're the only ones who use that name. I guess since I left,
I couldn't find it anywhere.
No.
What was it?
Godfrey.
Godfrey, please stick to Quincy, honestly.
And the Godfrey is not a regular Godfrey like Godfrey. No.
It's a J.
My father, not a J. My father had to go the German Godfrey. Ooh. It's Gotfried. So it's like Gottfried. It's really a German. Can you? So you blame?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I researched and I could not get an English, and I was like, did his parents really those times?
Yeah. It was.
But maybe it would be difficult to spell. 2, maybe if they had given you a John, you would have been a president and we wouldn't have had Nanado.
Damn, they should have called me John.
They could have called you John and maybe Nanado would not have come. No, but that's crazy. Say it again. Godfrey. Wow. I want to bring you to the currents, right?
Yes.
And then we'll go back to maybe theater, to satire, which you did so well. But in the current political dispensation, for instance, if I look at the guests you've had on Unfiltered, and I want to start from here, you've had the special prosecutor here. You've had Martin Pebu, who also happens to be a member of the oral team. And then you've had, Thaddeus Sori has also been here. Domelevo has been here. Now, when you're reaching out to such guests, what is the mindset, knowing that they are not just newsmakers, they are people who are sought after. What is the mindset when you're bringing them here, knowing that they could say things that could even land them in trouble? I hear some have been in trouble already. What is the mindset? Why do you?
Well, the thing is this. My producer will bring me all the list, but I don't let the producer call them.
Sure.
You call them. I have to take advantage of my seniority,
right,
as a senior citizen, to call them. Know, and funny enough, most of them will tell me, "Oh, KSM, I was enjoying you when I was a child."
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. So these are well-to-do, quote unquote, big men in Ghana. Yeah. But when they get a call and it's me, they're like, "Oh, KSM," they're excited that I call them.
Yeah.
So I put in my spiel and they are happy to come. So far it's been great. There are a few stubborn ones I'm still working on.
Really? There are people who refused KSM?
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to have a list? This is Unfiltered. Who has refused? Name names. I mean, who are those who have refused?
Sami my friend.
Hey!
Maka. Ablakwa, my friend. I say, you guys, I say, you're not big men now. So come small. But maybe they are too big to come. I don't know. I put it out.
KSM, this one day. I'm sure.
Wow. Medium here.
Yeah.
I just want to hear from them, Here. Gold board.
How was it? But it's been on your show when they were. I think I've seen something on your show on the KSM show, not Unfiltered, when they were in opposition.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. When they needed me.
Okay, I get it.
Now I need them.
Seen it. Maybe they haven't seen it. Okay, so OSP was on your show, and just last week we saw that a petition or petitions, have been filed against. I want to get your thoughts on it. To have him removed.
Well,
Martin Pebu is one of those who also wants him removed. Anyway,
yes.
So direct,
The whole idea of Unfiltered is that I just thought there were so many people in society who, in a way, had been wronged for whatever reason.
Okay.
Let me create a platform that I can share with these people.
They can come and
tell their story, the truth. Sitting back there, I really don't know the intricate details with the OSP.
Okay.
All I hear is they say that, this, that. So I just called him and I said, listen, there's a whole lot of backlash against you. So I want to give you the platform.
Right.
Speak so that people can understand.
Right.
What they don't know and things like that. So that was the whole idea, And so when, especially with the OSP,
right?
Sorry, not the OSP.
Is it Martin Pebu?
The SP.
SP, yes, special prosecutor.
Yeah, when especially with him, it sort of backfired.
Right.
Because when Martin Pebu was here, he was talking about so many things he said that he thought were lies.
Right.
But my idea was not to get him to come and get into trouble.
Sure.
I just wanted to explain to Ghana, what is it that I'm doing that they are not noticing? Why are people always going for my head? Mm-hmm. I am working. So I said, come and show Ghanaians the work.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Right.
Unfortunately, he made certain claims that Martin Pebu came and denied.
And Martin Pebu was here. I think that the ultimate Unfiltered guest has to be Martin Pebu. He says it as it is. What was it like to interview him as well and have him recount his own personal experiences, not just with the SP, but looking at the whole, political landscape as is now?
Surprisingly, he was very focused on this whole OSP thing.
Right.
So I didn't get that much outside of the OSP thing. I didn't get that much. He just let me understand that,
you said, platform to tell his side.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. One thing I want to know is that there's a new government, President Mahama, leading that. He won by over 1.7 million votes. It's never happened, but he has 2/3 majority with the members of parliament. Mm-hmm. How would you describe him, John Mahama 1 and John Mahama 2?
Surprisingly, for both John Mahama 1 and John Mahama 2, there's one thing that has remained a constant.
Okay.
He has a lot of tolerance.
Right.
There's something in him that gives him the ability to unusually tolerate things you know. Under Mahama one, I remember Reverend Mate.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Christian. I think Christian Council. Yeah.
Yes. He was then the moderator.
The moderator of Presbyterian Church. Yes.
Yeah. You know, so he was talking. Things are so bad. He was looking. So where are the wise people in Ghana? And yes, way more. Those who don't speak, he says, where are the intelligent people? Why are we under this government? Where are the intelligent people? Obviously, that was a direct hit on the NDC and Mahama. Yeah. I saw Mahama meet him at something happened.
He had him. I guessed it.
Such a smile and hugged him. I'm like, wow. You know, and I'm like thinking, is this for real or is this a photo op? You know, but that's him. You know, that's him. He doesn't take things to the extent that they are so personalized that he starts having some anger against you or something, resentment against you. That was in Mahama 1, and it happened in Mahama 2 too. You know, the nasty things that Agrada has said, sometimes I beg my editor, please, don't even let's not go there. Profane insults.
Right.
What happened when Agrada
met him? Yeah, he hugged her. She literally threw herself at him.
Yes.
And he embraced
and
him.
That's him. He's not like doing it because there are cameras looking. That's him. You know.
I think Manasseh Azuri, investigative journalist, talks about that too.
Yeah.
And yet he was one of the people who did lots of investigations against Mahama one that made him unpopular.
Very, very damaging one with this whole Ford Explorer thing.
And this, yeah.
You know, and when he was launching his book and he invited Mahama, he came. So I guess what I see, the common thread around him is his tolerance.
Okay.
You know. But in terms of Mahama 1 and Mahama 2, I think in Mahama 2, he has learned a lot from what sent him to a position.
Like what?
Like being bad-mouthed. And on one hand, the fact that he almost didn't say, he was bad-mouthed.
Right.
You know, there was a time...
And did not deny it. I mean, there were allegations against him that they could have easily said no, but they thought it was beneath them and didn't get into the cases with them. Yeah.
You know? He was so bad-mouthed that the word incompetent became synonymous with the name Mahama.
Yeah.
If you were talking to Mahama, means you are being incompetent.
Right.
You know, that's how bad it got. Now, my question is, were you saying that because you believe that so much mud had been thrown on you, you know, Mahama became synonymous with the word incompetence? There was so much mud slung on you.
Not because I believe. Everybody knows in Ghana that 2016 was a peculiar election. NDC had been in office for 8 years, but I had been president for only 4 years. And so as president, I was entitled to a second term. But if I got a second term, then it means NDC would have been in office for 12 years. And so MPP were determined to dislodge us at that election.
Okay. So
anything was fair game for them. And they realized that the only thing standing between them and victory was my persona. And so just destroy Mahama as much as possible. And so they told all kinds of lies about me, you know, about stealing money, corruption, hotels in Dubai. I mean, they all proved not to be true. But at the time, it was difficult to dispel, you know, because they had a troll factory that was churning out all kinds of misinformation. And that's why I said posterity will be the judge of my time in office. Because we know that vindication lies in the womb of time. And with time, the truth would always come out.
Do you feel vindicated?
Of course, any human being will feel vindicated. I mean, the kind of lies that were told about me, I went out of office, I've been in this country. I was hoping that they would carry out some investigations into all the allegations they made about me. I actually challenged them. You know, after I left office, I said, all the things you said, DKM belonged to me. I had a hotel in Dubai, ships in Tokyo Harbor. Me and my wife had transferred World Bank money into Swiss bank accounts. I said, I'm here, I'm waiting. Just come and investigate me. And nothing. So I have the right to feel vindicated, just that the situation in which we are, you know, the situation into which they have plunged this country, it's not the time for gloating and saying, I told you so. Yeah, so.
You know, And so I think being in a position for 8 years, he has done some thinking, you know.
Were you surprised by his comeback and the margin of win he had? Were you surprised by that?
Yes, I was.
How so?
How so? Because at some point I couldn't read where the Ghanaians were going. Later on I found out though. Just before the election, I did a program on my other show, that's TS. That's not Unfiltered,
Yes,
and I said, change has come. Step aside. And people were like, KSM, am I crazy? This was months before the election, and I was saying, change has come. Because I could listen, I could read, I could see, and I could
read beyond the facade that the then government was putting together.
Yeah.
They were forceful with the campaign. So if you didn't really pay attention to the quiet rumbling and noise, you think that, they were going to win.
Yeah. At some point, before I got to that realization, I said, wow, these people are going to break the 8. I thought they would.
Yeah.
You know, the confidence level and everything. And I remember when I interviewed Muhammad then, when he was in opposition, and I asked him, so you seem confident you're coming back. What if they break the 8? And he said, oh yeah, they'll break the 8 all right. They'll break the 8 years of corruption. They'll break the
I remember.
We have the mentality that each party is entitled to 8 years. Okay? So, in a way, it even affected you because even though it was your second term, it was the 8 years
of
NDC.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't. What would happen if MPP in fact breaks the 8? How would you react?
Well, there'll be a breaking of the 8, but it will be a breaking of 8 years of corruption, 8 years of arrogance, 8 years of impunity. That's what's going to break 8. So there'll be a breaking of the 8. Ghanaians are going to break that 8.
Yeah, he was so confident, you know. So for me, it was getting towards the election that I realized that, you know,
something would happen.
Yeah.
But not with this huge margin. Yeah.
No, with this huge
What
margin.
is your personal relationship with Mr. Muhammad? You've interviewed him a number of times,
Oh, I don't know. Is it unfiltered? I can say everything.
It's unfiltered. You see, I have you. I'm so happy to be sitting in this chair. Like, you have no idea. All the questions I dreamed of, you know.
Muhammad is a good friend of mine. Way before he became president.
Right.
I remember when I was doing a fiasco.
Yeah.
And Muhammad came to my office back days. Notice I was at Akai House in Otoo.
Right.
Muhammad came to my office. I think then he was deputy communications or something.
Right.
I said, okay, Sam, Charlie, I'm in trouble. I've told my wife that I've got tickets already. So I've been all the way. I can't find tickets for fiasco. You have to help me. That was our now president too, begging me for a ticket.
Wow.
Yeah. And I said, oh, look, I you know, so I put my magic and I found him 2 tickets. So that's how far back we go when I was on stage and, you know. And I remember when he was elected as president or sworn in.
After Atanas's demise.
I don't know whether it was after someone's
or when he won the 2012 elections.
Yes, yes. I was doing a show called The Secret of GH Girls. He was in the front row with Lodina, you know. Right. So I've had that friendship. Stage, he admired my stage work, so we became friends from there. It was coming to my shows and things. But it's not friends like, oh, let me call Muhammad. Hey, when are we hanging out today? Can we go to the club? No. It's not like that at all.
I mean, you criticize the government. I see you when you're bashing us. Yeah. No, so
you
I
know,
get it.
But it's a friend.
But do you call him when, say, there's something going on, you want him to hear? I mean, do you have the president's number? This is unfiltered. Good. Yeah. So do you call him when something is going wrong? No? Okay.
No.
I get it.
No.
Why not?
I may send him a text or something, you know. Long ago, I would send an email, things like that, you know. But I've never called him to shoot the breeze or discuss with him. No.
And I'm glad I've opened this particular, chapter, because there are times that you're tagged as being either favoring him or NDC. How do you deal with it? First of all, is it because of your friendship with President Mahama that you think that is so, or there's something that you believe you had done?
It goes way back.
Yeah, let's go back.
Let's
go back. Let's take it back to yesterday.
Let's go back to yesterday when J.J. Rawlings was president.
Yes.
And those people who will be honest enough to say, KSM, we heard you back then. You were on radio.
Yeah.
I had started this program called Talk Shop. And I would give it to Rawlings left, right, and center. Just the way I do things. Tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
People would call me and say, I had just then arrived from the US. Chalawuni America, share. I had here, we can't do, But all this time, then eventually, to be quite, she became my friend,
right.
So I asked him, I said, privately, do I annoy the president? If anybody knows, you would know.
Yeah.
And he said, surprisingly, the president thinks that the problem is that we do not tell you what the truth is for you to understand what is happening. Okay. So from where you stand, the bashing is very well deserved because that's what you know.
That's the perspective that you.
That's the perspective.
Yeah, right.
So I was surprised because I thought he had meant me. But I said, hey, whoa,
Right.
So listen to this, So I would criticize J.J. Rawlings when I had to. Back in the day on air.
When few could. Few men. On this finger.
When few could.
Yeah.
I
get you.
But somehow he listened and realized that whether I was bashing him or not.
He came to your show.
Even before he came to my show, remember when at one time women were dying left, right, and center? And then he went to open his mouth and say, he knows that it's the MPP behind this thing. He said something like that, and it became a CID case. And at that time, the CID man was, what was the name of the IGP?
And I can't help you there.
I know. If I don't remember you. So anyway, the IGP was going to go to the president's office to interview him about this claims he was making about women who are dead and everything. Surprisingly, I got a call from Victor Smith. And he says there are some people who are going to come investigate this thing. And JJ says he wants you there. I said, why?
Wow.
He said, well, you are in the media and he thinks that you are very objective. Yeah. So he wants you to see.
Even though they saw it as criticizing and bashing him.
Yes.
He saw it as fair.
Yes. So JJ invited me to and I don't know, I don't remember what year, the bashing I got.
For accepting to be
to be a panel when they were interviewing JJ. Oh, KSM was there too. He's one of his team, blah, 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 blah. So that's when it started.
Despite the fact that they knew you were bashing him, like...
Oh, they didn't. Do they care? So that's when it started, because JJ invited me, and I went to his house, and it was in the Daily Graphic that KSM was part of the JM team. That's how they characterized it.
Rollins, Jerry John Rollins.
The Rollins
JJ's team. Right?
Sorry. JJ's team.
Right.
So that's when it started, that. But I knew, I was actually honored. Yeah. Because when the killing was going on, Bridget, you were too young to know. I know. Every time I started the program, I began in the same words. I said, our women are dying. We have to do something. And I'll end by saying that if one of us is not safe, all of us are unsafe. So let's do something about these women they are killing. Not only that, I actually organized the only vigil night, what do you call that? Candle night vigil.
In memory of them.
In memory of them. I organized it at Otoo Presby. Right. And put the word out that we're having a candle night vigil for the women who are being killed. And, people came, pastors, we prayed, sang, whatever. But I organized it. So when they were going to interrogate JJ about this, and he told Victor Smith that he knows that I've been on that case, so he wants me present, I was on it. Mm-hmm. That's all. So while Ghanaians were bashing me, this, that, I didn't care.
Do you remember what came out of the investigations?
Well, at one point, Rollins said he wouldn't cooperate unless they came up with some. Actually,
I know. It's okay.
But they all came to the house, sat down, everything, and then he told us why he said that. Okay. But beyond that, he was not going to answer any more questions. Okay. So there was no more cooperation from there, you know. Okay. So that's what I remember.
So when did your relationship then transition for him to be comfortable to say, I'm sitting there while you bash or make fun of me, and then he came for your shows?
Once upon a time, I did a very, very popular show called Politically Incorrect.
Incorrect. I know about that.
Yeah, you know about that.
But I know about political. Yes.
I was backstage,
right,
preparing, warming up, and then production assistant came and said, "Jale, Gigi Nina Nakundu ho."
Why are you going to change your materials? We had planned to bash them.
I had planned to bash them.
Oh my God.
They said JJ and Anakundo are here.
Front row.
My goodness.
Wow.
So they had the introduction and the blah 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 KSM. I came on, and everybody was there. There was JJ was Anakundo in the front row. So as soon as I saw him, I said, "There he is, my main man." Yeah. And I saw him laughing, you know. Yeah. But I had all these deadly jokes, you know, that I was going to...
Did you shelve it?
I didn't shelve it.
You said it?
I tested him.
Oh, okay, all right.
Occasionally I throw a jab and I see him laughing.
Okay.
I say, oh,
okay.
So you're okay. Let's continue the work. Then occasionally I give him an uppercut. And he was laughing.
Yeah.
So I just said, oh, no, it's safe. This man, he understands jokes.
Were you waiting for him to do this?
I know, if he hadn't laughed.
Like you're in trouble.
I always tell the new comedians that I jab people and they laugh.
Yeah.
And I tell them that when you tell a joke about somebody and they get angry, your joke has failed.
Right. But I have seen that happen with some comedians in Ghana.
Yeah.
In this age. What disadvantage then do they have? I mean, is it that the time you told those jokes were said to be maybe deadlier or a more harsher maybe environment, unlike now? And yet now you have a lot of the supporters who have access to social media do that, because I've seen that happen to comedian Obi Amponsa tell a joke, I think, about for ex-presidents, you know. I mean, and even, you know, the current president, maybe their supporters did not find it funny
at all.
Yeah. So what is it? Is it the climate? Is it really that the joke was bad, or people are just intolerant of it? What is it? What do you think?
I think it's intolerant, you know, because the same joke that Obi said, I remember, and people got so angry.
Yeah.
Trust me, if he says the same thing now, there won't be that much anger.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So is it a time?
The time counts. You know, sometimes there's a lot of tolerance in the system, and sometimes people are just aggravated for no reason. But, you know.
How do you think you got away with it at the time you did? At the time that maybe some thought, well, you shouldn't have.
Yeah. Number one, I tested him.
Okay.
I tested it on stage.
You always look at your character, your audience,
yes.
Especially your targets.
Very, very, very important.
Okay.
You know, and I pushed him a little bit, you know, and I just saw, and there people are different. There are people who just see jokes and they laugh.
Because they are jokes,
Yeah, because they are jokes. And there are people who don't have any sense of humor.
Okay.
So he says something and they get angry, you know. So I guess when I was testing him, I just realized that this guy has a sense of humor. So let's go. So I went all the way out, you know. And
do you see? Sorry, go
ahead.
I was going to see if you're seeing improvement in that area, you know, comedy in Ghana. In terms of the quality.
Comedy.
Yes.
I think so. I think I've seen improvement to the extent that there are many people in the market now who know and understand comedy, who can make you laugh, you know. Back in the day, there were just very, very few. Before I came on the scene, it was Fritz Bafu and Tommy Ananforsen dominating.
I know them.
Yeah, you know.
And
then when they passed, and I came on, and for the longest time, it was only me for over a decade.
Yeah.
It was just KSM, you know. And then the new ones that just came up that they call the GH comedians, they just flourished, and all of a sudden they were everywhere, you know. So my time was different. My time was like, oh, it's KSM. You know. Now you can't talk about KSM. It's OB, it's DK, it's Foster, it's Lexi.
Roman, hey, Lexus, yes,
you know,
guys, I know all of that. Right.
Yeah, so definitely comedy is improving. People are getting to understand comedy better. I know people who are having, what do they call that thing? Traditional marriage.
Okay.
Who have called us, oh, do you know is there a comedian we can bring on? For a traditional marriage, you ask for somebody to come and do comedy.
Yeah.
It just means that the art is growing.
Right.
You know. Okay. And so I just really believe that the era of comedy is much, much different from when I was doing comedy.
Satire is so hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, for you to be described as a satirist, I mean, it's such a big deal. How do you think you became so successful at satire? What went into it before you came out to present?
Very good question. You know, comedy is an art that you study. You know, I remember when I went to college back in the US, there was a whole semester that I did a course called Understanding the Comedic Structure. Can you imagine? Understanding the comedic structure, and there were about 6 to 8 books to read to understand what the comedy structure is. You know, so studying that, I just realized that, wow, this is how the structure is. And satire really is how you can actually take the truth, facts, put them in comedy in such a way that even if the truth hurts, you can get people to laugh at it. Yeah. So it's just sitting down, really crafting whatever you are writing, you know. So that's, when I came back to Ghana, that's what I started doing, you know, taking the truth and, you know, crafting it in such a way that people will enjoy it and see and see the humor, you know. So that's...
And to do it consistently, you are doing a show like weekly. I mean, people, it's not easy to do BK Odo every week. No, it's not. It's not easy. Nobody has been able to do it. You know, you
remember BK?
Of course. Of course. You know.
Amazing news! Anyway, first thing I want to announce, I have changed my pipe. See, first I had this pipe. You see, it's a curve. Aha! This was under the NDC. This was a Democratic pipe. But they are gone, so now I have new pipe. This one is different. This is called patriotic pipe. Anyway, today the news, BK report. I am predicting election 2020. Who will win? I am going to tell you today. I'm going to tell you today. Amazing news. First of all, I want you to know something. Ghana and America, very, very, very similar. Oh yes, very, very similar. They both have two main parties. Ghana and America, two main parties. One party is very, very childish, sometimes confused in America. And then the one party is very, very, very intolerant. They don't have humor. The same thing in Ghana. In America, they have Republican Party and they have Democratic Party. The Republican Party, very, very intolerant, man. They don't have humor. The equivalent for the Republican Party in Ghana is the MPP. No humor, very, very intolerant. And then we have in America, they have the Democrats. Very childish. Very, 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 very confused. The same thing in Ghana. We have the Democrats, sometimes we have the NDC in Ghana, sometimes confused, sometimes. But you watch this, take this very, very, very seriously. Watch this. When Rollins was in power, Rollins, what was he? NDC. The same time in America, who was in power? Clinton. You see, Clinton came to Ghana to visit him. Look at them. Rollins and Clinton. Two boys. Democrats. Yeah. And then what happened? What happened? After Rollins, there came Kufuor. Kufuor was the MPP, which is Ghanaian Republican. Who in America came to visit? George Bush. Bush Republican. Kufuor Democrat MPP. Look at them. The two are together. The two are together. So I'm telling you, man, when Republicans are in power in America, then MPP is in power in Ghana. When it change and Democrats take over America, and the NDC take over Ghana. You watch. After them, then who came? After Mayors. Mayors what? NDC. And then who came to Ghana in after Mayors time? Obama. Democrat. Look at them. You see the sequence? They are following. And then when Mills and Mahama together, when they went, and then who came? Nana Akufo-Addo. Republican Party in Ghana. You see both of the two have elephant, American elephant, MPP elephant. Kufuor came and then who was in power in America? Donald Trump. But Donald is bad though, he didn't come. He sent his wife. He said that Kufuor so he said Melania to come so I can look at so look at them. Oh no, he didn't come. So it was Betty, Rebecca was handling her. But I'm telling you, so my prediction is watch November they're going to have election in America. Watch. If in November they had the election and Trump and the Republicans win, then Ghana will say, nah, oh yeah, we know. I'm telling you, if the Democrats upset and they take over and the Democrats win in America, they're going to hear, oh no, Anyway, so that's my big report today. Prediction for election 2020. Don't make any prediction. Forget the bishops. Forget the prophets. Forget the process. Watch November election in America. Whoever wins, their counterpart will win in Ghana. Bye-bye.
And I'm such a big comedic person. I love comedy.
Yeah.
Like I watch it every evening, even now, but of course not Ghana.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you've left such a huge mark, on the scene. You've left such a huge gap that nobody has been able to fill till this day. It's there. Late night shows, where it's satire, the current issues will be put into comedy. It's not there, and yet I watch it every day on American television. Jimmy Fallon does it. Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Steve Colbert.
Yes,
Steve
Colbert. Yeah. The ultimate.
The one that Trevor Noah replaced, and then he came back. Jon Stewart. I watch them and I laugh because, like you said, sometimes heartbreaking stories. And they are able to turn it and make you even laugh, no matter how hard it is. Yeah. And I knew you were doing that. I said, so nobody can do this on TV for us. Like it's so hard, but they do it every night. Every night. Why? Is it because they have a bigger team? They are invested in it? Why? Or they have talented people writing for them? What is it? Why can't we do it in Ghana every night?
It's a combination of all. What's his name?
Colbert, Steve.
He has a writing team.
Yeah.
The staff writers number 75. Yeah.
Wow.
He has a team of 75 staff writers who will sit down every day and go through the newspapers and pick the headlines and take it apart and prepare a routine. Of course, Steve Colbert is a funny man, so he knows how to present it and make it funny. But yeah, I was saying it's a combination of all. They have a solid team of talented writers, 50 of them, writing for one show.
So I'm
Daily show.
I'm putting that into you. So how did you do it weekly, consistently?
Well, I couldn't find a team of 2.
So you wrote everything yourself?
So with what's his name?
BK.
BK.
Yeah.
You know, BK was a character in one of the early plays I did, the Saga of the Returnee.
Of the Returnee, I know that.
BK was supposedly my father in
Right.
that saga.
Right.
So I just...
He was unfiltered, by the way.
because
Yeah.
So when I was doing Thank God It's Friday,
Right.
TGF,
TGF was so
which
popular.
became the KSM show,
Right.
at some point I needed a segment for unfiltered political talk.
Yes.
So I said, why don't I bring that character from my show, the BK Udro from my show, to make it the BK on TGIF, who was unfiltered.
Yeah.
So it was very current. It was always about the news, about the heads of states or the
Someone
minister.
misbehaving,
Yeah, you know, just the way they do it in the US.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
But that one,
I loved it.
unfortunately, I didn't have a team to sit and work with. So just throughout the day, I found out what has been, you know,
That's a lot of work.
very,
Yeah,
very
that's
much.
a lot
Very,
of
very
work.
much. Now I have a producer here who recommended that you interview me.
Yes, yes.
And he does so much work, you know,
Yeah.
in terms of researching, blah, blah, blah. So at least, even though I don't have a whole team, him alone is like a team
Yeah.
behind me,
Wow.
you know. So,
And you are an author, director, actor, host, like everything, you know, everything. And one industry that is struggling, and I have heard, this is from industry players, is the movie industry. If I watch, you know, things that you have produced in the past, sometimes you can't even compare to what is being produced today. I mean, I've seen things that Kowansa produced. The quality, the standard, of course, credit to Leila Jansi and Shirley Frimpong. The fact that you can even mention just these two names is even sad. And then you hear industry players say, the industry is dead. Is the movie industry dead in Ghana?
the movie industry is not dead. It never existed.
Oh. When did it lose its grip? Because if I mention the Kowansas, love reading the African poets.
No, we have some great filmmakers.
Right. But there's no industry. Okay.
Shelley.
Yes.
I don't want to name. I don't remember all the.
Yeah.
But we have some great filmmakers.
Okay.
You know, but I'm not talking about the filmmakers. So
You're talking
I'm
about
talking
the
about the industry.
Okay.
So I was trying to explain to people, look, if you want to make a palm nut soup, you should have the palm nut. You need the salt, the onions, the manema. Prekese, you know.
Yeah.
So you should have the ingredients.
Right.
But the ingredients are different from the recipe. The recipe is how you use the ingredients well.
So that the taste, everything
The
comes
taste,
together.
everything comes.
Yeah.
So it's the industry, the film industry, we have the ingredients. We have good filmmakers, we have good cameramen, we have some good editors, we have good, excellent people in the industry. We have the ingredients. But we don't have the recipe yet for flourishing.
It's an industry of strong individuals, but
Yes.
not institutions.
Yes.
What needs to change?
A whole lot needs to change.
Like what?
Like our understanding of what film is. For example, the film industry in Ghana, I predicted some time ago that it didn't have a future because content was suffering. Content is king.
Yeah.
And the Ghana movie they were just following right after the Nigerian movie is a witch. Somebody went for money went to see and go for money, seeker drew standard themes all the way through, and then the bad person dies halfway, the good live. That is so basic. That is so elementary. And unfortunately, the filmmakers couldn't elevate. They stuck there. You know, so if you're going to a Ghanaian movie, you can sit down
And predict.
within the first 5 minutes.
But is it their fault if their reasons, their excuse is that we don't have money, it costs so much. So if I'm going to do just put tomato, you know, so quick buck.
So you do that and you get the results you have now. You have to put in the time.
Okay.
You know.
Because when you produce good, people watch. I mean, people
Yes.
go queue to watch Shirley's movies.
Shirley's movies.
Layla's movies.
Layla's movies. They are sold out.
Yeah.
Why? She put in the time and the effort. And so the content has some superiority around it. Not some basic story about you beat your wife, then at the end of the day, the wife becomes rich and you are the poor one and you died in the cemetery. Basic, flimsy.
You kill someone, the ghost followed you.
The ghost followed you. Yeah, mre.
Yeah, but
And so that we didn't have enough strong people developing relevant content that challenge the people.
how much do you think that foreign content has facilitated the rapid death or of the industry? And foreign content, I'm including telenovelas, because I can remember, even Thursday Theatre, Efiera series ran for so long, and yet we would rather go and buy 10,000 maybe USD to buy just telenovela and run it on TV. Now they do even tree translation. How much do you think that has? And why are TV stations also comfortable just contributing to the death of the industry?
Because we have people in positions of power who are ignorant. All they look out for is the bottom line. And now we're saying, now I should give you 200,000. Maybe not total level novels, 1 dozen. That's their thinking. We are saving money or we want to make money. So that's the thinking. So when you let that commercial, the chase for the commercial success overrule your thinking, then you don't have any time to think that we need to invest in creating our own. How will you import an Indian telenovela, then bring it to Ghana, and then have them speaking Chi? That's an insult to Ghanaians, and people rush to go and watch Chi speaking Indians. And you're telling me we can't create content and have Ghanaians speak Chi and have...
That's why I cited the example of Efiera, which
Yes.
ran for so long.
Yes.
Yeah, we had Thursday Theatre, which ran
Yes.
for so long.
But trust me, maybe whoever
For Sun
the
City,
station
there
is knows that when they import the Chi speaking Indians, it costs slightly less than supporting if you're a producer. So rather than support their own, even if it means investing and sacrificing in their own to grow their own, they rather import some Chi-speaking Indian. Jesus, Holy Christ.
Does it scare you that we might never have... currently we don't have somebody who is doing the satire that you are doing. That's a huge gap that you're leaving with. 69, next year you're 70. Does it bother you?
Speaking of 70, let me say something before your question.
Go ahead.
69 to 70 is the only crossover in the world.
Hey, it's true. It's only crossover. It's true.
Oh yeah.
You're crossing over.
All the crossovers you people have been doing in church.
Yeah.
I
Nothing compared to...
I call them mind renewal.
Oh.
There's going to be a new year, so you want to renew your mind or something. But you are not crossing over. Look, what we are in 2025.
Yes.
I can sit here quietly. 2026 will come to me.
Yes.
So 2026 will cross over and come to me.
I agree.
So all that crossover is a charismatic thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's maybe Reverend Otabelo or what's his name, Duncan. It was called Watch Night.
Yes, it was Watch Night. No, I think it was ICGC. Dr. Mensota popularized it. Crossover. They were crossing over. And now we are jumping over. Now people are jumping over.
Yes.
Rolling over.
They said Watch Night was too boring. They wanted to be sexy. Let's cross over.
Yeah.
So people think they're actually crossing over to where? You sit down and see whether they won't come and meet you where you are. So the only crossover, so I don't lose my train of thought, is what I'm about to do.
70.
Get into 70. No more crossover fully.
That's insane. I can't believe it that you're doing this at 69. And so this episode is to mark his birthday, which happens to be today. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
To you. I don't know what else I want to wish. I hope that we'll have one more if you're cerebral, politically correct, or big hero. You need to do something. And maybe to mark 70. So please think about it. Think about it.
I'm thinking of
and feature maybe the young ones, Obi and Co.
Oh yes.
They might just come around.
Yes.
So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes. I don't want to. Does it bother you that we might not have a Koansa, a KSM, looking at how industry standards have fallen because of the lack of either investment or injection of money, or the creators themselves not having the patience to develop their own skill or the writing so that Ghanaians can also feed? Because clearly Ghanaians have eyes and ears for good stuff. Does it bother you why not have a Kwanzaa?
No, because I think there will be a Kwanzaa. There will be a KSM. There will be a Shelley. Trust me. Life is so amazing, and nothing operates in the vacuum. There are always things that happen to create the Kwanzaas and the KSMs. And where did I show up from? All of a sudden, KSM.
And then from Connecticut, New York. Yes, so you had a lot of education, a lot of investment, in your art, like you said, in your craft, law and order. Look, you featured, so you've done so much. See, I'm mentioning all these things I'm mentioning happen in America.
Yeah.
So you had that experience, that rich experience that you contributed. So that's where it's coming. So where is the hope coming from? When you say yes, we'll have a Kwanzaa, we'll have a KS. Where is it coming from when you don't see it now?
With the comedy, I see it now.
You see, okay. Yeah.
Obi can be deadly.
Yeah, he is.
He's coming up.
Obi.
Yeah, the bad thing about mentioning a few names when you are my age, because you forget many.
You forget a lot of. I know.
No,
you say Lexi, Foster Romano, DKB. You have to mention everybody.
There's some young chap called Kojo PJ.
Right.
Watch out for him. Yeah.
Okay.
He does comedy with intelligence.
Kojo PJ.
PJ, yeah. And when I look at him, I'm like, wow, this guy. How come I didn't write what he's doing? I should have been saying this, because I see where the thinking is coming from. So that's why I know there are people there. You never know who will emerge and who's doing something quietly in their own small corner that will emerge. So I think people will come. Somebody like me, I think I emerged sometime in 1996 or something, and I've been able to stay in the scene, and so.
Good that you went there.
Uh-huh.
I have this question about the transitioning. You like you said, you burst onto the scene in the 60s, right? My parents had not even thought about, I didn't even know I would make it anyway. I made it in the 80s. So you burst onto the scene then, right?
I burst on the scene in 70s.
Okay.
It was 75.
Still, I wasn't born then.
No.
So fact still remains. Okay. So you did. And you have transitioned. And we've gone through a phase where we didn't have Facebook. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't have X. In fact, Twitter before X, right? And in all of that, you have survived every phase. How did you do it?
I have children. I have children who are living that phase.
Okay.
What
do you draw from them? How are they?
I realized that in order to really reach out to them, I should even understand some of these things that their mind is set on, And if I needed to talk to them, I can get their attention quickly if I text them, send them a text or WhatsApp.
It started with the SMS. Ooh,
yeah. Okay. So I just realized times are changing. The kids are changing, the generations are changing. So if I want to actively be in touch with the generation, I should understand their medium of communication, and partake in that.
Right.
So that's why maybe it looks like
because originally it was traditional media. Is it a TV or radio, right? And currently, I know that in the UK, for instance, X is the #1 source of news. In the UK, they've literally trumped traditional media. It's same in the US, right? So social media is the thing. Everybody is there, and you're there. You're not just there. You're thriving. I said earlier my horrible numbers on YouTube, but you have amazing not just numbers but views, engagement on those. So while learning from them, it's one thing learning from this. Another thing, appreciating it and saying, okay, let's go there. Let's abandon traditional media. Was it a difficult decision to say we're abandoning traditional media? We're going head on here on this new medium. How was that?
Very interesting. Let me tell a very funny story. Sure. Because back in the day, I was doing talk shop on radio.
Yes.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And people were listening, and KSM became KSM through partly talk shop and things like that, So now I'm 60 plus, me dreaming. I'm thinking about myself. Yeah. Then I have this producer that I work with. And he says, hey, boss, I want to listen to some of the old things you were doing on talk shop about mindset. building the nation and things like that. Some say my uncle has some recorded that I was sitting and say, wow, boss, now you're wild dog. I said, oh, sure. As the fancy say, many depend. So I said, oh yeah. Back in the day, then you know what he said. He said, oh, boss, but these things that you were saying are even more relevant now. Right. Yeah. And now we have online. So let's do it online.
Like,
I say, Richard, look, I'm 60 plus. Now I have grandchildren. Yeah. Let me relax more and play with my grandchildren. I said, no. My grandchildren are in America. Richard said, if they want to see you, they should come to Ghana.
They can FaceTime you.
They should FaceTime me. Thank you. Let's start this. So credit to him. He gave me the idea. That okay. The same thing I was doing on air back in the day, Vibe FM. Let's put it online now and let's make it visual. So we started it.
Wow.
And it grew from talk shop to the KSM show, yeah. And now Unfiltered.
Yeah.
But there, you see what I'm talking about. He's a young guy. He's from that generation.
You have to embrace them.
So I have to embrace and understand that if I'm going to be relevant and still make points that I want people to listen to, then the medium must change. So I guess
Did it take a lot of convincing? I mean, you said, the first point you make is that your children was like enough motivation to adapt.
Yes.
But profession is different as well. Like you said, in 60, let me even mind my business, like you're saying. So did it take a lot, or did you have to sleep on it for some time before it's okay?
No, I didn't sleep on it too long because, I like commenting on social things, political things. I like commentary. I guess I'm a social commentator, whatever you call it, And so he drew my attention, but all these commentary that you have, that should be happening now, are you just going to let them go? Yeah. I said, but if I want to go and talk on radio, maybe I can.
It's changed.
I can call Ben give me some more time. Some mess. I said, no, do your own thing, man.
Wow.
And so that's it.
And were you surprised by the reception, that people still connected with you? Even as the times changed, even as the medium changed, the way they received, were you surprised?
I was very surprised. And pleasantly so when people will come on board and say, we know KSM for a long time. He was doing this 20 years ago and start talking about. So I was like, wow. Somehow the medium changed, but it brought back so many, you know what I'm saying? That's when I went on there and said, those who were following me then, Bridget, this mindset thing is not a new thing to me. Yeah. So when JM won and he says, we are going to reset Ghana with a new mindset.
We shall reset our dear nation, Ghana.
I said, whatever you do, whether I like it or not, I will support you because it has to succeed. Bridget, if we don't change this mindset here, it's like we are programming ourselves for self-destruction.
Reset will come with a lot of uncomfortable decisions, unpopular decisions.
Very. And I think the key thing is the establishment of law and order. That's why this whole loot issues it's so a great point to start with resetting. Yeah. Because if we can make the law to work and let Ghanaians understand that nobody is above the law, and whoever you are, when you fly the law, the law is the law.
The law is the law.
And the law will deal with you. That is the beginning of a great mindset revolution to get people to understand the law.
But do you think people are also impatient? I mean, maybe there was a time where you're one. Okay, so there was a time where maybe if you did something, someone can just come and pick you and put you somewhere. Nobody will talk. Yeah. These days, if you keep somebody in, thanks to Martin Kwebu, for instance, you can't keep the person for more than 48 hours, right? And people will criticize the government and say, we're not seeing anything. But people go to court. Then it's adjourned. So it's a process. It's a system. And it may seem like it's slow, but it's not, because it's following a certain process.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how then do we drum that in that look? Yes, there will be accountability, but accountability must follow due process.
Yeah. I'm thinking that the due process can be, who makes the process? Isn't it Parliament? I don't know. Who creates the process?
We already have, so we have the court, police will
Yeah.
investigate,
So-
oral team, AG, they have the investigation.
Yeah.
Then,
So there should be some kind of lobbying from all kinds. Okay, let's see how we can speed up the process a bit. But I agree that there is a process, and there must be a process. And because I'm sitting outside, I'm like, but if maybe something had been thrown on me, and I think I'm right, and the only avenue is to go through a process to clear it, then I'll be happy that there is a process like that. But now that I'm on a different way, I'm like,
I mean, speed comes with, maybe it's a double-edged sword, because someone will be pushing you, right, so that you can rush and go to court, and then they will dismiss this.
Yeah.
Or you will take your time and nail them, and jail them. So which one would you want? Take time.
No, I think the greatest fear is that, hey, we'll take our time, sir. So if you jail some, then jail them quickly.
Okay.
So we are afraid.
Okay.
We are hoping.
Well, that's why they are bringing the fast track high courts.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fast track courts, yeah.
You see how people will be.
Yeah.
And if it's actually a fast track high court, and it's not there to victimize or anything,
Sure.
but just speed up the process where we can jail those who
Sure.
have looted.
Sure.
Everybody is going to be happy. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Politics is, it's something that you comment about on the daily, and we've talked about it. Now we're already in that. Look at the opposition we have. What do you make of the opposition we have now? Minority. What's your thoughts on it? They say we need a strong opposition. The current state of the NPP is a strong opposition.
I think it's really, we have moved from bronze to brain.
Okay.
It's all brain work.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. It's not the being macho
Yeah.
that makes you who you are. It's how you think and how you articulate issues. That defines you. So I'm sorry that I keep saying that the numbers don't mean anything to me.
Sure.
They can be 76 in Parliament. But if you hear the quality of the debate and the argument, it will feel it has an impact of the majority, of a majority. There'll be gravitas, So I think it's time for us all to start understanding that we are moving from bronze to brains. Let's use our brains and things will...
Are you campaigning for Dr. Baumia? He says he's the man of ideas. Are you campaigning for Dr. Baumia to be elected as Black Bearer of NPP? You have to say this is unfiltered though, because when you say man of ideas, I didn't go there. You went to mind. And he says he's the man of ideas. Idea to bring the dollar from 10 to 17. So. Are you campaigning for Dr. Baumia then?
No.
What's your thoughts on him? Now he's an opposition leader. Yes, I'm using leader advisedly because
honestly, my thoughts of Baumia is that he has allowed partisan issues to crowd his own intelligence.
Okay.
This statement he made, for which we still laugh at him and I've said it several times on several platforms, that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. It is true.
You can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
There's no question.
But he said it is true then, it is true now.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will recall that I stated in 2014 that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. That was true then, and it is true now.
But his true was that it is only when the NDC in power that these things work. That's a fundamental truth,
That it doesn't matter who is in power.
Thank you. It doesn't matter who's in power.
Right. Because the truth is that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rates will.
But his truth was that when NDC in power, that's when the fundamentals. That's where he got it wrong.
Oh, when NDC, that's when the fundamentals are weak. Oh, I get it. I get you.
You know.
I get you.
That's where he got it wrong. And
do you think he takes ownership, or he should take ownership of the things he says that? And especially when they don't work out, it's like saying that, look, yes, I erred and I am sorry, or look,
but he has.
But he goes back on it and then goes back. He goes over and then goes back
and so ending. What else did he say?
Yenim se aban ene ye party yaye mfomso bebre ewo ye governance no mo niema wo ho a afi se ye beye yanye ye mebi so wo ho a ye anka ye hu from the background so a ye enti mejina ha ye nyina ye ka ho bi vice president, ministers, MPs, board chairman, appointees, yenyina yayem from so pacho momfanche and why momfanche yenyina yaya from so momfanche
yaso adin mukasa yentie. So I think he's apologized.
Do you believe his apology?
No, it's politics. Okay. The apology is politics. We all know that. Okay. We all know that the apology.
What needs to change about the NPP currently?
They should shift from bronze to brains.
Okay. What do you make of candidates Kennedy Japan, the new, quiet, reserved, measured Kennedy Japan, President Kennedy Japan?
Yeah. Well, he's running for president, so he has to adopt a new face.
Right.
And so that's a new face now. As to whether that face is sustainable, will he be that or not? That's a question for all Ghanaians to know and then decide. We are going to vote for him because what's his son, and this is the new one, or what's his son because
is he capable of being measured or tamed as the current this position looks like?
No, you can't tame him.
It's like trying to change President Trump.
You can't tame him. He can be mellow for a while and tolerate things for a while, but he'll get to a point where he will say, "Hey, I feel me grandma bread," because that's not him.
Right.
The him there, who can't make her,
But
so after a while, he will just slip back.
Okay. So in the lead up to the 2024 elections, when he didn't win, it took a lot for him to even mount the stage with Dr. Bawumia, concede and then.
Nukurani, uta kwadia, nuwa in America. Momwansama vice president. If he say, a Juma 1 year, what all over the country. Okwa nimetiam na mekwa me hu footprint ho e chese oye adwuma we natural say wo di tu mi hye nsem a obeye adwuma amagana Dr. Bawumia Montoma Dr. Bawumia na yankuyanim.
It's the biggest mistake he made, and that goes to all politicians. Politicians have this strange loyalty and affiliation that you should always be with the party, and that's why it's difficult for Ghanaians to resign or things like that, because you can't. You have to be sticking with the. If what's his name Kennedy,
yeah.
After what happened between him and Bawumia, if he has said, "Listen, I respect the party,
but I'm not,
yeah, and I hope that my party comes back to the power, but I won't go and campaign with him."
He would be leading now. You think it would have made a difference?
Oh yes. Okay. Oh yes. He would have been more believable now. Okay. But now after everything, so now we did it. I throw you cry, you campaign for him. Okay. So what's to say? What's to say he doesn't win? And
what do you think will happen now if he doesn't win? Looking at the utterances, that are coming out from each camp. If he doesn't win now, do you see that happening again? Him
going back to Bawumia? Yes.
Oh,
There was
wow.
there's a scene in The Godfather.
The Godfather. Yes. I know. I watched it. Yes, I'll make you an offer you can't.
Thank you.
Yes.
Matroso people your age group when
Don Corleone. Don Corleone.
Don Corleone. I'll make you an offer you can refuse.
You can't refuse. Yeah.
I'm thinking if Baumia wins
and makes him an offer,
he can refuse. He will sign.
Ooh, businessman.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. That's what I think.
Wow.
That's what I think.
How does KSM want to be remembered?
How do I want to be remembered?
Yes.
That all I ever wanted was one nation, one people, one destiny.
Okay.
That's all on my heart. And Unfiltered and the talk show I do, all I say is that Ghana must rise again. And the only ways we rise is to be one people, one nation, one destiny. You know, I don't think we can be one people, say we can all agree that, no. But at least in terms of certain directions that we can agree. Right now, the dollar is behaving, the cedi is building up. Let's all celebrate it. So what if you don't like Mahama? So when you go and the cedi has reduced, say, no, I want to buy at a higher price. Mahama Kwame Panasam.
Change the dollar for me at 70.
You know.
Okay.
So we are at a time where, at least for now, we have seen a certain trajectory that is positive. Let's all make sure it says that we're for Ghana. You know, how do you have people who will actually open their mouth and say, I want Mahama to fail so I can come back to power?
I want him to fail. I want my party to win the 2028 election.
So you want him to fail?
I want yes. I don't want Mahama to succeed as in succeeding, because I want my party to win.
Yeah.
Isn't that an idiot who will open their mouth and say that?
Okay.
Say, no, I want to win. I want him to succeed.
So
because even when he succeeds and when we come back, we also build even 10 times better. That's what we should be looking for as a people. Not for somebody to fail before, you know. And then we start competing on who feels better, you or I. But since we are on this, I have to take this opportunity to tell you something about that's happening at Cactus Creek.
Oh, Cactus Creek. Oh, yes. I love their food. Oh my God, I went to eat bangkun, pepper, goat meat, and then jollof. Oh, yeah. I love Cactus Creek.
Fantastic.
If you don't know, first of all, the garden is beautiful. I love the environment.
Yeah.
It's breathable. Please continue. Oh, yeah, what's happening at Cactus Creek?
For 3 days, we have the 25th
December,
26th, and 27th. We have, for these 3 days, an amazing lunch buffet.
Oh,
that's
we are driving there.
Please come.
My husband and my family, my other family.
Bring everybody.
Yeah.
That starts at 1 to I think 4, and then 4:30.
Live band. Oh,
the live band will be while you're all eating.
Okay.
But after you finish eating, then it's a KSM special.
Oh my goodness!
This is the first special in about a decade.
25th, 26th, and 27th.
Yeah.
Wow, Cactus Creek.
1
to 4 lunch right after
KSM special.
We'll have the legend.
Yeah. And get
undisputed king of primetime show.
And guess the name of the show.
Oh my goodness, can I police clicker?
No.
No, what is it?
Old age is a rascal.
Old age is a rascal.
It's a rascal.
Oh, you haven't aged in a day. I mean, look, you are kicking our I can't even say it on air, right? You are kicking our behind. Let me put it like that. So no.
So it's a funny, it's a satiric look on aging.
Ooh, a satirical look on aging.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be there.
So when you are young, you will enjoy it. And when you're old, you laugh. Only the old ones will say, I know that. And the young ones will be saying, is that what's going to happen? You know. So old age is a rascal.
Right.
These 3 days, I'm performing them at Cactus Creek after lunch buffet. So please note that down.
Mr. KSM, I would say this. You are never short of humor. I have absolutely enjoyed, sitting in the seats. We're in air conditioning, but I'm sweating. Maybe you can't see it, but because it was an enormous pressure, like I said, pressure, pleasure, and privilege to sit in this seat. And I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope I get to, come back here as well. And
as a guest.
As a guest, yes. Number 4. Mr. KSM, I have absolutely enjoyed having you on the show. But if there's one thing I know that, you are a pot of wisdom, and I don't want to leave this show without asking you, me personally, as an appointee of President Mahama, and he has hundreds of them, right, in the country. What would be your advice to them? President has made it clear that the first person to bring a scandal, woe betide, those were his words, the person who would bring the first scandal to his government. What would be your advice to them? One, they stay scandal-free, remain professional, and men and women of integrity. What would be your advice to them?
My advice to my good friend JM is this, especially for political leaders. Yeah. The most dangerous thing you can encounter is when a liability comes dressed as an asset. And you are like, oh, great, that's this great asset, watch it. Please, because that's what happens when you become the leader. Yeah. You have all these liabilities who will come to you dressed as assets. And trust me, they are liabilities, so they're just going to drain you and take away from you. So JM should shine his eye.
And take them out when he spots the liabilities.
Immediately. There's so many of them, Let me give a short example of one of the most perfect liabilities ever that came dressed as an asset. Kenufureta.
He was always in white, quoting the Bible.
Quoting the Bible. Right. Evidently, he was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, liability for the MPP.
Right.
But he came dressed as an asset, quoting the Bible, whereas he was a sanctimonious fraud. And that is what every president should look out for. Right. They don't even have to be the Minister of Finance, anything. But they come, and whatever situation they are in, they are there. So JM should open his eyes. You can't say, shine, you should shine his eyes.
What about the appointees, those who have the opportunity now, like myself, to serve him?
Please, don't let him down.
Right.
There's one thing that I see that after being in the position for 8 years and coming back, the first time in history, and probably the only time in history, for now, And so he has come back, and Ghanaians are saying, we believe in you. That's why we give you all these numbers. But he can't do it alone. Yeah. It's his appointees that will back him. Yeah. So I beg the appointees, please support this man. Know what he's looking for and back him. There's a difference between when you do some good work, most of the times some dividends come out of the good work you have done. Yeah. No problem. Right. Enjoy the dividends, But don't go into it with an agenda to loot. Enjoy the dividends. That's all I tell the appointees. Sure. Whatever you do right, and if there's anything coming out of the rightness you've done, that's fine. But if you have an agenda, say, me too, I'm here today because I want to loot some. Please, JM, shine your eyes. When you see that, you say I don't mention names. The only time I mention names is when I see a looter. Then I'll come and talk about it on Unfiltered and tell JM, let this man go.
Got it. Again, it's been an incredible pleasure.
Thank you,
pressure and privilege to just sit across the table. I'll be looking forward to my fourth interview. I've told you that. Let me say it again. Look, if you're somebody, if you have a name, you would be on this show. If you have a name, you'll be on this show. If you don't have a name and KSM spot you doing something amazing, something that could change this country, and he puts you on, trust me, you will have a name. So maybe next time it will be you in the seat. But for now, I say happy birthday to Mr. KSM. God bless you. Gives you more strength. I cannot wait to laugh my socks off on the 25th, 26th, and the 27th of December.
That's right.
Cactus Creek. Look, I've been there, just down here. Drive down a great road, great scenery, great environment at Cactus Creek. Come there, you see me too there, and let's laugh together. It's been a pleasure. Unfiltered. Who better to unfilter KSM?